Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. We want to give you enough time to get those bets in for those primetime games. That's what we do here Monday through Friday on the Drive-Thru, is we give you live free sports picks for the primetime games. And to help us out, well, giving those winners are the professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a look at who will be on the show today. We got Shane Mickle join us, got his connection back. Joe D'Amico from Las Vegas. Mitch will join us. Joe Duffy in the center square, and looking great from New Jersey will be on the show. Of course, we got Big Al McMordie sitting number 1 year to date over at Pig Dogs. James Clark coming in, and Chris Ruffolo will join us. I overbooked the show. We got Tony Brown on Skype to join us a little later as well. So let's take a look at how they'll line up today. We got Duffy, D'Amico, McMordie, Shorr, Mickle, Brown, Clark, Mitch. We squeezed in Ruffolo, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, you got your 2-minute game ready? 2-minute offense?
Yeah. I've always had it ready, Tony. It's ironic that I'm the one that had to squeeze in, but that's besides the point. I'm ready to get started.
Let's get this one started. Let's welcome Joe Duffy. You'll find over at Pig Dogs Premium. Joe, how's it going today?
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, you got to squeeze Chris in, but of course the Jersey Shore is always looking good. But no, I'm doing well. We did a nice database update, did some auditing, and things are getting even better than ever. So I'm very optimistic about the future.
All right, great, awesome. All right, Joe, let's take a look at the game tonight. 9:30 Eastern time. Grizzlies host the Mavericks here. Mavericks laying 3 on the road, total 225.5.
Yeah, this is a case where Memphis is the hotter team. They're 5-2 straight up their last 7. Meanwhile, Dallas is struggling a little bit. They've dropped 2 straight and 3 of 4. But again, we're going to use the odds makers' knowledge against them. You look at their straight up records. They're fairly close, where Dallas is 29-24 straight up. Memphis 27-25. But like I said, Memphis the hotter team. But why the heck then would Dallas be laying 3 points? Well, we do have a couple of angles that basically say use the odds makers' knowledge against them. We have a nice bounce back angle favoring Dallas. That's 883, 699, and 25. And we do have an angle that basically takes the records, compares it to the line, takes a couple other advanced metrics and, even points per game difference, and it comes up with a system that isolates overvalued against undervalued teams, and that favors the Mavericks at 414, 212, and 11. Road favorites that shoot substantially more three-pointers than the league average are more than 200 games above 500, about 260 games above 500. Also, fading home underdogs off of a win under the specific circumstances that apply tonight. Memphis a little too fat and happy, 78, 33, and 1. So Dallas minus the 3. W marks the center square.
All right, Joe Duffy here on Dallas laying the 3 against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, Chris, what say you in this one as Dallas looks to break that 2-game losing streak?
Yeah, you got one on the side, and I'm leaning more towards the total here. I think we're looking towards the under for me. I just think that this is a game where you're going to want to see Memphis try to slow the pace down because, unfortunately, we've seen Dallas, put up points in bunches, and I think Memphis can keep pace, but the question is, do they? And I think they're dealing with some injuries within the lineup as well. I was leaning more towards the under, which has been, I think, 7-1 in Dallas' last 8 games, whether it's their own scoring or the other team. So I was leaning towards the under in this one.
All right, looking at the under, but Joe Duff here on Dallas Mavericks, lane 3 against the Memphis Grizzlies. This one, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Joe, why don't you let us know what's going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? Big card tonight from the NBA, baseball as well.
Yeah, already at 2-1 today, and I got a bunch of winners tonight in both the NBA and Major League Baseball. I think it's 6 winners tonight, and it's up at Pig Dogs. And again, I wound up backtracking and cleaned out some of my systems that weren't performing. Basically, I kind of backfitted too many of them anyway. We're sticking now with our absolute best systems, and that's why I've been much hotter over the past 5-6 days. The future is so bright, I got to wear shades, and it continues tonight.
Absolutely. Continue tonight. We're here with Joe Duffy. Check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get on board that 1-day pass, or, of course, get that long-term pass. That 3- and 7-day pass will get you every play that Joe releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, you set the terms when you visit the profile page and make that purchase. All right, Joe, as always, great having you show. Have a great night, and we will talk with you in a couple days.
We shall, gents and ladies.
All right, Joe Duffy here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue on with our coverage. Let's go over to Las Vegas, Nevada. And welcome Joe D'Amico to the show. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Let's welcome Joe in right now. Joe, how you doing today, buddy?
I am wonderful, Tony. I miss being on the show, and you and Chris, my favorite people. And he's on the show. I get to follow up Joey D. And, of course, our fearless leader, Mitch. I love being on the show. And Mitch, my favorite handicappers in the world, right here at Pick Dogs.
Absolutely. No question about that. We got Joe Mickle with us here. Astros at 7 Eastern time will be hosting the Tigers. Houston laying about $1.70. Total sits here at 8, but you'll be looking at this game a little differently.
I am, folks, it's true that Tigers took games 1 and 2 of the series, but the Astros team, guys, this is a very good team, a very experienced team, and a very prideful team, and I don't feel they're going to succumb to a sweep. And I do like the pitching matchup here, as a couple of right-handers are slated to start. Lance McCullers, guys, he's looked very good through his first few outings. He's got 10 full innings, giving up a total of 4 hits, yielding just 2 runs while fanning 13 batters. His control is there. He's looking real strong. He holds a 2-1 lifetime record versus Detroit with a 3.49 ERA in 3 starts. For the Tigers, Michael Fulmer, what can you say? Yeah, he gets the nod today. This is his first start of the season. He's made several relief appearances, but he's not gotten more than 4 innings. He owns a career 0-2 record with a whopping 6.17 versus Houston in 2 starts. On top of all that, the Astros are accounting for more than 1.5 runs per game this season. They've taken 9 of the last 12 meetings in the series, with only 2 of those victories coming by a single run. I'm going to take Houston on the run line here, minus -1.5. Minus $1.10, $1.15, $1.20. You're going to see some things on some different sports books. But I like Houston here not to fall for the sweep, but to come out swinging.
All right, looking for Houston here for a bounce back. They were a little dropping their 4th straight here, 2 straight here to Detroit, so it's time to make some noise here against this Tigers pitching staff. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I can't disagree, because I like the Houston Astros as well. Look, they've been outscored 14-4 in the first 2 games of this series, yet they still have a plus 13 run difference this year. So this is a team that can put runs on the board, and against a pitcher, Michael Fulmer, who hasn't gone more than 3 innings besides the 1 outing this year since 2019 or 2018 when he had Tommy John. Yeah, I got to lay the minus 1.5 with the Astros as well.
All right, Grimmy here with the Astros, the run line against Detroit Tigers. This one will begin here. It's getaway day, so 7 Eastern time, MLB extra innings pass. All right, Joe, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got the good NBA card tonight. We got some baseball. You're doing well in the NBA this year. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tony, I'm very excited about tonight's card at Pick Dogs. Last night, guys, I swept the board in the NBA, going 3-0 on premium plays. Grab a broom, folks, because tonight I'm going to sweep again. I've got 2 big NBA plays. My odds makers mistake play, along with my 80% Vegas insider move. I believe they're 39 and 10 in their since their inception. I also have 1 big baseball play, my Major League Baseball Grand Slam play. They're 3-1 this season. I'm going to win big tonight. Join me, and I promise you will too. Get all my winners right here at Pick Dogs.
All right, guys, get on board here with Joe DeMico. Get his winners tonight over there at the site. You see the numbers here, 770 units of profit. That is all documented in the NBA. When you visit his profile page, you can see every pick, every play is there listed. It's transparent and documented, free to view. Get on board with it. 1-day pass. So those the long-term passes are the best value there at Pick Dogs Premium. And of course, Joe has quite a few of them right now available there on the site. All right, Joe, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. Continue that success, and we'll talk to you in a couple days.
Tony, thanks for having me. Back to you and everybody else on the panel. Have a great day. Everybody out there, good luck and have a winning day.
All right, everybody. Joe DeMico here on the drive-thru. We'll talk to him in a few days. All right, let's continue on with the coverage. Hey, reminder everyone to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. It all gets started here with the morning show, 10:30 a.m. each time with Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Brian Biller, and of course in between we've got those 2 YouTube shows, the early and late, and of course the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, we're looking for those thumbs up, those likes, guys. It really helps us grow our audience, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, absolutely it does. I mean, look at today. I mean, 10 cappers, 10 picks. I mean, that's a year ago that would have been crazy to think, but it's all because, the support we've got from the Pick Dogs community, all the likes, all the thumbs up. It's got the product out there, the morning show, all the individual game videos, the drive-through. We're only going to get bigger and better, and it's all because of the Pick Dogs family. So we appreciate the love and support.
Absolutely, we appreciate the support here, guys. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. All right, now it's time to welcome Al McMordie show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. #1 documented for 2021 over the site. Al, how you doing today?
Always doing well, Tony. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing great, doing great. All right, we're going to look at this game. We just saw this game a few days ago in L.A. Now they're in Detroit. Pistons to host the Clippers here with the Clippers laying 3, total 216.5.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason why I'm having to play on this game is because we just saw this game 3 days ago, and in that ball game, the Clippers won 131 to 124 over at Staples. 255 points were scored. Now the total in that ball game was 215 and a half. Today the total is just 1 point higher at 216 and a half. So the odds makers have made the slightest of adjustments, but I don't think they've adjusted it as much as they should be doing. And I do like this game to go over the total. Now, it's true that the Clippers will be without Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Patrick Beverley today, but they were also without two of those guys on Sunday. Paul George did play in that ball game. He did score 32 points in 37 minutes. So that's one reason perhaps why people might think this might not go over the total. But on the Detroit side of the fence, they get their leading scorer, Jeremy Grant, back. He gets 22 and a half points per game. He didn't play on Sunday, and yet Detroit still managed to put up 124. Both of these teams have been going over the total lately. Detroit has gone over the total 8 of their last 12 and 30 of their last 48 when installed as a home underdog. Likewise, the Clippers have gone over in 3 straight games, and they've gone over 10 out of their last 15 as road favorites. I don't think the odds makers have adjusted this nearly enough. I think this sails way over the 216 and a half. I'm taking it over.
All right, now McMordie here going over 216 and a half. The Pistons and the Clippers. All right, Chris, looking at this matchup over the total here. Grant, a piece here for Detroit to provide that offense for the Pistons.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's going to be part of the reason why I like the over and I like the Pistons. I mean, you look, the Pistons 229 points total in their last 5 games. The Clippers 236.6, and then even if you take Kawhi and Paul George out of that lineup, I still think there's enough production on both sides to get us well over 216 and a half.
No doubt about that. All agreement here, over 216 and a half. Pistons and Clippers. This one will tip off 8 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you sit number 1 year-to-date on the site, over 3,700 units of profit. A lot of NBA, some baseball and hockey. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, Tony, it was a nice day yesterday for us. We were 3-1 over at Pick Dogs Premium. We cashed the San Francisco Indians and also cashed in the NHL with the Florida Panthers. Today we have our NHL non-division game of the month. That's by far the best play on the board. We also have today a nice winner in the NBA. And then I've got one play left in Major League Baseball. We did start the day today with 2 baseball plays in the afternoon. We did split out on those 2 plays as we cashed the Milwaukee Brewers, but we lost on the Cincinnati Reds. So overall now, including that 1-1 effort this afternoon in baseball, we're 296 and 215 over our last 5-11. So the best way to join, of course, is join for the long term, join for a week or a month and get all of my award-winning selections across all the sports.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers here, over 3,700 units of profit. That 1-day pass is available. Of course, that long-term pass is your best value. That 3, 7, and 30-day pass, you get every play that Al releases over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you set the terms when you make the purchase and you buy that all sports pass, every play from Big Al. All right, Al, it's always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Tony.
All right, I'm McMordie here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage. Let's go from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. We're traveling east now to bring in Ann Shorr. You'll find her over at Pig Dogs Premium. She's doing fantastic work. Year-to-date numbers still keeping up on top of the leaderboards, Ann. Good work for you. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Hey, can't complain. All right, you got a game for us from the NBA Association for us. Raptors to host the Spurs. Boy, Raptors playing a lot of games here. They're going to be underdogs here. Spurs up to a 5.5 point favorite, total 221.5.
Yeah, I've been stalking this game all day. I was down in Atlantic City earlier, and I just see everybody running over to the window. Spurs. So tonight's going to be an interesting game between these this matchup here. The total opened up at 22.5. Now it's at 221.5, and so it seems like there's a slight lean toward that under, so we're going to go the other way and take the over. With that, you have the Spurs, who are averaging 110.7 points per game, shooting on 46.1. They're allowing 111 points per game. You have the Raptors averaging 112 at 44%, almost 45%. And on top of that, they're allowing 111. So right there's your 121, 122. But the thing about this is both these teams, are surprisingly this year it's kind of weird, but they couldn't, they're looking to make the playoffs, and the Raptors are only 2 games shy right now for the running. And the one thing about the Raptors is they're last in offensive rebounding in the league. So I just feel like they have DeRozan, who's going to grab that rebound and just put it right in. And I just think we're going to see some quick points tonight. And the interesting is April for the Raptors, their eight of their last 10 games went over. And the thing is with the Spurs, all of April, they hit past their point average 5 out of the 7 games they've played in April. And if you take their last 3, Tony and Chris, they have been averaging 120 points per game. And additionally, the over for them has hit 4 out of their last 5 games. So I think tonight's going to be very interesting. This spread is a little very fascinating because you have some players who are out for the Raptors. But to be honest with you, I was slightly leaning towards the Raptors when I saw this. So I had that initial lean with them. So I'm thinking if they do keep this close within the spread, this is definitely going to go way over. And if you look at the beginning with Spurs, they've been going into some overtime recently. It's first 2 games in April. So I definitely like the over on this one.
All right, and so we're going to go over in this one between the Spurs and the Toronto Raptors. All right, Chris, what say you here? I think this is what the Raptors here are playing with their 3rd set of back-to-backs this month. There's been a lot of games in a short period of time for Toronto.
Yeah, and like Ann said, they're shorthanded. No Lowry, no Van Vliet, no Gary Trent Jr. So you worry that maybe the Raptors aren't going to score without those guys in the lineup, but the Spurs giving up 118 points a game in their last 10. Spurs also scoring 117 over that same stretch. So 235. Well, that tells me we're going over this number.
All right, agreement here on 221.5. Toronto and San Antonio. This one will begin 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Ann, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work. Over 1,100 units of units profit this year in 2021. We see across the board, and all the sports are doing very good work. What you have going on over at the site?
So we did great last night. We had 2 NBA underdog money lines. We hit them both, which was nice. I had a bunch of people on that. And for some reason, it seems like it's the same crowd that comes in on my Tuesdays. So you guys always bring good luck. And I thank you so much for your support. And just keep following me. I have an excellent NBA pick up there tonight. I love it so much. I just gave out a free pick on my Twitter. We had Bucks -10. So again, follow me on that Twitter. I'm trying to get my Twitter going, and I'll let you guys know when I have 10-star plays. We hit my 10-star play a few days ago, and just tonight, just my one and only play. I love it in NBA, so hop on that.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Ann Shorr over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, over 1,100 units of profit. That is for 2021 documented. She's got her play tonight from the NBA. Of course, get that. Make the upgrade to the long-term pass. That's where the best value is. Or that 2-for-1 capper you can match up. And, well, with Big Al McMordie, who's #1 year to date, that 2-for-1 capper is a great value. Save money there on the long-term pass. All right, Ann, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. Virtual high five for good luck as always. And we will talk with you next week.
I love your high fives. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. Ann Shorr here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, keep those thumbs up coming in. And we greatly appreciate that. That helps us build the audience. And by the way, if you miss any of our picks, we'll recap them at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on our drive-thru. Let's welcome to the show Shane Mickle. You'll find him over here at Pig Dogs Premium. He's done really good work in the NBA. Was #2 in the NBA last year and has put up some positive results. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, doing great. All right, let's take a look at the game tonight. You're going to NBA with us. Nuggets to host the Heat. Nuggets up to a 6-point favorite in this one, and the total sits at 209.
Yeah, I definitely don't love the way this line is moving, but I still think there's some value here with the Nuggets. All the tensions on Jamal Murray being out, and that is a big loss for them. But this team did trade for Aaron Gordon at the trade deadline. They still got Porter Jr., who I think is even going to take off more now with Murray out, even seeing a bigger role. The Heat finally looked like they had it turned around until last night when they only scored 88 points and were dominated, losing in dominating fashion. I think that the Nuggets still have too much offense here. The Heat are going to struggle to score. I think the Nuggets win this game by at least 10 points. So even at the 6, or even if this moves up to 6.5, 7, I still think there's value here with the Nuggets laying the points.
All right, Shane, looking Denver Nuggets laying the 6 here against the Heat. All right, Chris, tough for these Eastern Conference teams when they make that one visit here to the Mile High, dealing with that high elevation, and it's worse when you're in a back-to-back.
Oh, absolutely. The second half, when you're in the altitude, is no joke. My initial lean here was towards the Heat just because I want to see how the Nuggets are going to play without Jamal Murray. She makes a bunch of great points. There's still a ton of depth on this team. I want to see how the guard play for Denver handles it when you have guys like Jimmy Butler and the Heat defense coming at you. So my lean here is towards the Heat, but with the line movement, I think you can make a case for either side in this one.
Well, here we go again. Chris and Shane Mickle. All right, Shane, I'll give you the last word on this one.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see the line move more towards the Nuggets. I figured with Murray out, it would move towards the Heat, but I think it gives even more reason to take the Nuggets here on this play.
All right, Shane here on the Nuggets laying the 6 against the Miami Heat. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Shane, you're doing fantastic work this year in the NBA. Over 400 units of profit. Got a big NBA card. We got some baseball and hockey. What you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I've had 2 plays already gone off today, 1 in progress, and then I got 5 picks tonight between the NBA and MLB. 34.95 on the site, or hop on long term and let's win all week or all month.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got the plays for tonight, or those long-term passes are your best value. 3, 7, and 30-day all-sports pass. Every play that Shane releases over at Pig Dogs Premium, you pick that long-term pass, and of course you go with 3-day to try them out, and then make that long-term with those winnings. That's the best value there at Pig Dogs. All right, Shane, as always, great having your show. Good night to you, and we'll talk with you next. Actually, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue our coverage here. I'm joined here by Chris, and don't forget those thumbs up, those likes. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Chris, we're going to give you some double time off, okay? I think we owe you a day off. You worked the whole show the other night, so we're going to give you 2 segments off. We're going to Skype here, to the world of Skype. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium if I can find the right slot. Here we go, Tony Brown. How you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing out there, Tom?
I'm doing great. I love it when you're on site. Is this the casino you're ready to pound?
Yeah, not only that, I got a shout out. It's my grandmother's 80th birthday. We're at the Mandalay Bay. We're finna have a huge party. My whole family flew in from California, and we're about to do it big for my grandma. She turned 80 today, so live on location at the Mandalay Bay.
All right, happy birthday, dear grandma, turning 80 tonight. All right, let's look at the game here. Tony Brown, you have for us 76ers to host the Nets. This one has the 76ers laying 8.5. Total sits at 225.5.
Yeah, you got to go with the Sixers on this one. I mean, there's several reasons. One, don't worry about what's going on with the Nets. Let's just look at the success of the Sixers. They're the best home team in the NBA this year. They're 20-5 at home straight up. Like, they don't lose much at all, especially in their own building. And not to mention the way Joel Embiid is playing. Doc Rivers was the perfect choice to coach them. I've always said Philly was a really good team, and Brent Brown was just coaching them right out of those playoff games. And the same with the Clippers. Doc Rivers wasn't a good fit with the Clippers. He was coaching them out of games. Add him to Philly. Philly's number 1 in the East. Joel Embiid's having an MVP season. And then not to mention the Nets are just beat up. It's going to be Kevin Durant versus the Sixers. Kyrie is out in this one. James Harden is out in this one, and so there's no big 3. It's just Kevin Durant versus the Sixers on their home floor. I know it's a big number, but lay the 8. I like the Sixers to win by double digits and take this one pretty easy.
All right, Tony Brown here on the Philadelphia 76ers here laying the 8.5 here against the Brooklyn Nets. Even if Durant goes for 40, 45, 50, you still think there's not enough around him, really?
Right, Joe. I mean, they'll just cancel each other out. Joel Embiid has a great game. Kevin Durant has a great game. That cancels each other out. Then you still got Ben Simmons, you got Tobias Harris, and the rest of Philly versus, some subs. Like the big 3 over there in New Jersey was averaging about 100 points, like no exaggeration. They were the bulk of the scoring, the defense, the whole show. You know what I mean? Those other guys got open because of the big 3. So without them, it's going to be tough. I mean, Kevin Durant's still going to have a good game, but I don't think he'll be enough to be a one-man show and beat Philly in Philly.
You know what they say in the NBA? Most subs are scrubs.
Right. Straight up. Most of them are scrubs, man. It's only 12 guys on the team, and you're not even in the starting five. So.
Absolutely, no question about that. All right, Tony Brown here on the 76ers laying the 8.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. All right, Tony, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. We got a nice card up tonight. A lot of NBA. We got some baseball, hockey. I know you like your hockey. What you got going on over at the site?
Yeah, I played some early morning baseball this morning. I got in on those early games. We went 2 out of 3. So we're just going to keep it rolling. I have a 3-pack in the NHL. We look to cash them all, but 2 out of 3 turns profit. And a 3-pack in the MLB. Same thing. We look to cash them all, but we only need 2 out of 3 to turn profit. So it's a big 6-pack of plays going. You can get them individually, or you can get a 3-pack from each league for my Hump Day Triple Play.
That's right. Hump Day AAA from Tony Brown. Pick it up over at Pig Dogs Premium. That's the way to go. In case take those winnings and make that upgrade to that long-term pass. Of course, that 3, 7, and 38 pass. He also has a VIP 1-year pass from Tony Brown. Get all his plays for the full year, and that's your best value there at the site. All right, Tony, as always, great having you on the show. Appreciate it as always that came on short notice to fill in. Have yourself a great night, and we're back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Maybe a little bit buzzed. We're about to party it up for my grandma. Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday to Tony Brown's grandma turning 80 tonight. All right, have a great night over at the casino. Tony Brown here on the show. All right, let's continue our coverage here. We're going over to James Clark. So, Chris, enjoy your next break. James, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Tony. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, All right, you're sticking to NBA because you're killing in the NBA this year. Late night game, 10 Eastern time, has the Kings to host the Wizards. Wizards on the road laying 2, total 242.
Well, Tony, if you look at this here, man, you know, everybody's like probably the over. You know, both of these teams scored a lot. And the over, but I just think there's too many points. 242 points between both teams. You know, these teams have faced 8 times, and 7 out of the 8 times it's went under the number. You know, the Kings, you know, they've been averaging 108, 109, and you know, the Wizards, they've been letting averaging 118, 115, and letting opponents score 118 or 120. I just think this is a really too big number for these two teams. You know, the Kings need a win after losing 5 straight, 7 straight. And, you know, the Wizards are real hot, winning 3 straight. So I look for us to be a physical battle and just to get right under the number. I look for probably about 235, just to get right under the number of 240.
All right, James here at Kings, Wizards under 242. Something I'm looking at here is the status of Buddy Hield. He's listed as day-to-day on the injury report. He's a key cog here for those three-pointers for the Kings.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was looking at too. You know, Buddy Hield and I think Holmes. I think another one of their starters may be out tonight. You know, that's some offense. You know, it's going to be the Fox show tonight. You know, and I just don't see him getting over this big total.
Yep. And of course, Marvin Bagley has been out. He was out last year, and I know his parents were trying to get him traded out of Sacramento, so there's some issues there. But yeah, the under 242 here, Kings and Wizards from James Clark. This is one of your late night games from the NBA at 10 Eastern time. NBA League Pass channel will televise it. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium for tonight, where you're doing fantastic work. 1,500 units of profit in the NBA. Number 1 in the NBA for the year, documented over at Pig Dogs Premium. What you got going on over the site?
Well, Tony, I took number 1 spot last night, coming off of a winning day yesterday. I got a Super 9-pack. I got 6 NBA and 3 MLBs. Or if you just want my NBA, I got a 5-pack of the NBA. You can go grab it. You know, after we sweep the board with these 9 wins, you know, go and upgrade to, you know, getting a 3, 7, or 10-day package. Or, you know, grab me, team me up with any of the other cappers. You know, like I say every time I get on here about the 2-for-1 cappers, you know, if you're trying to manage your bankroll and want to get somebody, like I said, the NBA, you go look, you know, a Big Al, he's leading everybody and everything. And, you know, grab him, grab me, you know, get different kinds of sports, NHL, NBA, and hook us up. And, you know, what the big thing we're trying to do is put money in y'all's pockets, because I tell you, every play I put out, I bet, and I'm sure every play everybody else puts out, they bet. So if we're putting money in their pockets, that means we're putting money in yours.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers. 1,500 units of profit from the NBA. He's documented number one on the site. You can go to the site and visit his profile page. You'll see every play there. He's got a lot of action tonight on the site. 9 plays premium for you there. You can pick up, of course, take those winnings, go long term. Why not those 2-for-1 capper packages? You pick up James and add another capper. You can add Big L, who's doing fantastic work for the year. Or Chris Ruffolo, of course, Rod Zawacki has been hot as well. So why not get on board here with one of those passes over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, James, as always, great having you show. Thanks for filling in tonight. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk with you. Maybe we'll talk with you tomorrow as we look at the schedule.
All right, Tony, I appreciate you having me on the show, bud.
All right, our buddy James Clark here on the drive-thru, doing fantastic work in the NBA. Of course, you'll find him over there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on with the coverage, and welcome back Chris from his break. We're ready to continue on. We got more picks coming up here, 3 more plays to go. And guys, just want to remind you, if you missed any of the picks on the show, stay tuned because we'll recap them all. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Let's welcome to the show Mitch. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs. Of course, he's part of that morning crew at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every single day. So let's welcome Mitch in right now. Let's go. We've got Mitch ready to go. Mitch, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Tony.
All right, excellent. All right, let's take a look at the game. Mitch, you're on. We're going to. But Mitchie Pucks is coming on tonight, right?
Absolutely. I'm dancing with what brung me. I'm going back to the consensus report today. I get last pick of the games. I figure I give out all my picks in the morning. I do all those video picks, so most people know where I'm at, and I had 7 premium picks today. So I just figured everyone knew where I was at, so I just went back to the consensus report, and I backed it up with a call to Rod Zawacki just to make sure.
Absolutely. All right, Sharks and Ducks, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. NHL Center Ice package. Ducks lane $1.65, total 5.5.
3 cappers on the over, 1 on the under. I'm on the over as well. 3 cappers on the over, none on the under. And Rod Zawacki, who did not have a play and who Tony mentioned is red hot, he said, and I quote, both goalies stink. So I'm on the over as well. I'm just going off the consensus report. I don't know much about hockey. I've been capping it in the morning on the shows. I kind of do some live capping. Been pretty successful at it because I have no emotional attachment whatsoever because I never watch it. But been winning pretty good on the show with picking those hockey games.
That's right. The play here from Mitch, of course, from that consensus, let's put it back up there here, is the Sharks and Anaheim would go over total of 5.5 goals. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this late night game?
Yeah, I have to go with the over as well. Anthony Stolarz for the Ducks, and I don't even remember who's starting for the Sharks, but I know they're both making their first starts of the season, and with so much on the line for both teams, the Sharks, trying to make the playoffs, and the Ducks, well, trying to not stink up the joint. I got to see over 5.5 as well. I could see 5-2. I could see 4-3. Either way, well over 5.5.
All right, agreement there with a high-scoring game over 5.5 with the Sharks and Ducks. Your late-night game, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Mitch, why don't you let us know what's happening over at Pig Dogs Premium? You got 7 to play tonight?
Well, I had 7 total, but now only 3 left. I got a 3-pack out there. Swept the board this morning as I continue to make my march back onto the leaderboards. I had a very slow start to the season, and I had a really slow start to the baseball season as I got a little aggressive because I watched spring training, but a lot of the things didn't equal out. But usually once I get the data under me, I usually am in real good shape, especially when it comes to baseball. I certainly play to the back of my baseball card. So most people know I am sitting on a heater, and I have hit my last, 7 of my last 9 picks I have hit in baseball. Most of those have been plus money dogs. So only one of them was a favorite. So we have been cranking it. And all day today, I hit 3 dogs this morning and got some big plays. I have the Pirates right now, who the game just started. But I'll let you in on something. I have the Pirates again. I had them last night. I got them again. So plus 200.
All right, Mitch on the Pirates. All right, Mitch, you did say some changes here on some of the shows early in the morning?
Yeah, we're going to start changing it around, give some guys some day off. Rod had a day off today. He just had something to take care of. He lives in a remote area. It takes him 4 hours to drive anywhere. If he needs to go to the post office, one of those things, got to get on the horse and ride it into town. But I think it just opened it up and kind of just said, I love going every day and, being out there and all that stuff, but it's a grind, and it's like, I think that we have enough people now. I think everything's on firm enough ground, and I think, what I never wanted to happen at Sports Chat at Pick Dogs, and I think the mistake that a lot of the other sites make, and that's why they have to try and stuff our site with ads and things like that, trying to get your attention instead of delivering quality content and a good product, is figure maybe we'll buy you. Even though they don't give you anything, they just put an ad out there. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's a different discussion for the morning show. But anyways, what we've decided is that I think that you've grown, that by having everybody available and by everyone being not just talking head on the show or something, everyone's part of the community. We feel we know you guys. A lot of you guys, I've never met a lot of you guys. I feel like I know you. Like, people send me an email and it's like, we know each other. And it's like, I get together with people, that I meet from the website and from the group and everything. For many years I've done it, and it always feels like I know these people, and it's always a good time. But it's like, I feel that we've created that bond, so it's kind of like I'm not just throwing somebody out there, and saying, hey, here's some new guy, whatever. It's like, it's all the same guys, that you already know, So it's like, why not mix everybody in? Why not have some other guys do some videos instead of hearing just my pick? Because some of these games, like, when there's so today there's 12 NBA, 16 Major League Baseball. You want to hear my pick on 28 games? I tell you, the NBA, I got no idea right now. I don't even know who's playing, in half these games. So it's like, let somebody else who's really dialed in, like James Clark, on there. Let Tony do one. Let Big Al do one. Let Little Al do one. Let Chris do one. Let's all do one. It's like, I think that everyone is also. Some of the other sites, sites where you never see anybody, like some of the, there's Doc Sports, but you never see Doc, right? It's like you see his clowns, right, that work for him, but you never see him. And, it's kind of like, I think we have the ability to do that, to have everybody out there. And I don't think the shows will miss a beat, and I don't think the videos will miss a beat. And I think, if anything, the more everybody gets to know everybody, the bigger and better community that we have. And that's really what it's all about for me. I don't need to get every dollar out of everybody. We deliver more free content than anybody. And it's like, I don't need to squeeze you guys. It's like, if we have stuff, if you want it, you get it. If you don't want it, whatever. We're still friends, It's like, not a big deal. But, so, I don't know. I think that, I don't like I work hard and I'm tired and all that other stuff, but I work pretty hard and I am tired. So it's, I don't want to just say I'm walking away, but at the same time, I need a little bit of a break.
No question about that. Of course, Mitch doing great work here, starting up this Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, doing great work here on the site. Check them out, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every day. The morning show. If it's not Mitch hosting, maybe I'll be sitting in a few of those and the rotative guests there on the show. All right, Mitch, have yourself a great night.
Chris is familiar with the morning show. You can step in a day, here and there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like, and we're also planning on expanding our premium content on YouTube as well, and we'll be mixing more people in with that as well. So we have some ideas to what we want to do to a third level of premium. We're still going to keep the first level exactly what it is, the quality, the quantity, everything exactly what it is. The second level, exactly what it is. And then have a third level, like a higher level, for those people that want it. And those people that just want the 4 picks, the first, they got the early. People that want more picks, they got this one. And then kind of like a drive-through style, but not drive-through style, but like kind of like the premise of the drive-through, where it's like you have the late information to go forward and talk about some of the money moves and say that for instance, the NBA, we can look at this and say, wow, what a move by Washington here. 43% of the bets, 85% of the late money here, is on the Wizards. Not just, this is late money. This isn't like the opening line or something. This is with, 11,134 bets in the sample. This isn't with like 400 bets in the sample. These are, this is much better information. Use that along with capping it. Plus, now we know who's playing. We know Kyrie's playing. We know KD's not playing, right? It's just a better product, and to do it at a reasonable price. I think Tony knows this. I started, the first premium product I ever had was $28 a month, and it's never been about outpricing people, or trying to price it too low or trying to price too high. It's trying to make it fair, and have something for everyone, and have something for the people that, they say, hey man, I bet $3 a game. I need to have something just, a little bit better, a little more, and that's those people, we have a product for them. We have something for the people that bet $10.
Absolutely. Great value there for people there with the YouTube early and late. Of course, that'll be expanding. Keep an eye there at Pick Dogs and on our shows. All right, Mitch, have yourself a great night. Is that Def Leppard they'll be jamming to tonight?
Absolutely. I just threw it on. Just whatever.
All
Rock
right.
on.
Rock on, rock on. Have a great night, Mitch. We'll talk with you next week here. And check them out over in the mornings every day. All right, let's continue on the drive-thru. Still 2 picks to come. It's time for Chris to step up with his play. Let's get that game information right now here. And we'll look for Chris. Here we go, Chris. Popular team on this show. We always talk about this Knicks team. It'll be the Pelicans hosting the Knicks. The Pels are going to be laying 3, total 219.5.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet with this one. I mean, you look at what the New York Knicks have done this season. I mean, it's take it from me. I don't like the Knicks as much as the next person, but it's impressive. I mean, this New York Knicks team, just a coaching change, personnel they brought in, and they're stepping up the defensive efforts. Number 1 in the league in terms of points allowed per game. Number 1 in field goal percentage against. Number 1 in 3-point percentage against. It's remarkable. And yes, the New Orleans Pelicans have one of the best offenses in the league. They're 8th in the league in scoring, 114 points a game. Well, the Knicks are just averaging 105, but I think that defense is going to be the equalizer. I think you're going to see the Knicks slow down the pace of play. I think the New Orleans Pelicans, who have a not very good defense, that's going to be their downfall in this one. I like the Knicks plus the 3. I'm looking at the Knicks on the money line as well.
All right, Knicks plus 3 against the New Orleans Pelicans, and this one will begin here at 8 Eastern time on the NBA League Pass channel between these teams. And looking at the Knicks, I mean, it's hard to, they got rest here. They won 3 straight. You always worry about this Pelicans team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Lonzo Ball is doubtful now for this game. That's a big loss. Hart can bring offense. He's got that thumb issue. It's hard to argue that. And of course, this will be the first meeting between these teams.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at past meetings, it's been all Pelicans, but again, none of those Knicks teams were this incarnation of the Knicks, and I think that the Knicks are just playing fantastic defense. And I always say offense wins games, defense wins championships, but I think this is a game where defense is going to win the game. We also talk about pace a lot, and if you slow down the Pelicans, you reduce the amount of possessions that this team gets and their opportunities to hurt you on the scoreboard. And I think the Knicks are more than capable of doing that to the Pelicans, and I think they can keep this one close, if not win it outright.
All right, agreement there on the Knicks here, plus the 3. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. What you have going on the site here as we approach the top of the hour? Lots of action from the NBA and some baseball starting up.
Yeah, well, you still got a little bit of time to get in on my Whale Bet Wednesday package. 5 my favorite, biggest, and best plays of the week. Got that over for $39.95. Or, guys, check out the longer-term packages as well. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. The value is all there just because you're going to bring down the price per pick, and you're not having to worry about buying one package over another. You're getting everything, the 2-for-1 capper deal, the YouTube Premium, the season passes. I keep saying it, all the value and all the chances for you to save money and make money at the same time are at Pick Dogs. And I can't tell you the quality of cappers that we have on this website are second to none. You guys, if you haven't found that out already, go check out Pick Dogs Premium. You won't be sorry.
Yeah, check out Pick Dogs Premium. Check out Chris Ruffolo there. You get the long-term pass there from Chris. He's got 1-day passes up there. Of course, the long-term is your best value, 3, 7, and 30-day pass. Every play that Chris releases on the site. Or that 2-for-1 capper. I always call it the 2 bigs. Why not go with Big Al and Big Chris there on the long-term pass over there at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on the coverage here, guys. Now it's time for yours truly. And after my pick, we recap all the plays. Let's get started here. We're going to look at this Orioles and Mariners game, 7 Eastern time.
Tony?
Yeah.
Sorry to break it to you. Anything happens on live TV, this game's been postponed.
It has been postponed. All right. This game has been postponed. And, of course, that's it. I have other games.
You don't have anything? You don't have anything? Any other thing that you were looking at?
We're going to test. Let's see what I'm going to go with. All right. Let's go with I'm going to go with Cleveland in this game. Cleveland and the White Sox. I'm going to take the Cleveland Indians. It'll be Zach Plesac on the mound here. You know, the right-hander looked pretty well, allowing 2 runs in 13 innings. You know, last season he put up good numbers against the White Sox. Rodon, well, you know, he missed his start Monday due to an illness, that stomach illness of his. Is his second start of the year. Rodon was likely to lose the past 2 years, and in his career he's had some control problems. I don't like these pitchers that have 10% walk rates or greater. And of course, their Cleveland bullpen's outperforming them. Indians have won 6 of 7. I'm going to look here at the Indians this one, Chris.
Yeah, this one for me, I think was going to be all about the total. As soon as you said Cleveland Indians, I automatically thought under, just because you know this Cleveland team, scoring runs is not their forte. Zach Plesac's actually been pretty good to start the year. As much as I don't like Carlos Rodon, you know, he's still not a terrible pitcher. I think this one could be a 4-2 game, whichever way you slice it. I could see it coming in under 7.5.
All right, guys, check out Pig Dog Stream. I got a 3-pack going tonight, an NBA and a couple of baseball for you there. I also have the long-term passes at 3, 7, and 30 pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on the show. It's time now to go ahead and recap the plays from tonight, and let's go ahead and take a look at who's got what. And Shorr will join us in this one. Remember, I'm not on that Mariners game. I'm on Cleveland. All right, we got started here with Joe Duffy. Duffy on Mavericks lane 3 against the Grizzlies. Joe Mickle, Astros run line lane 1.5 runs, minus 125 against the Tigers. Al McMordie, Pistons Clippers over 216.5. And Raptors Spurs over 221.5. Shane was on the Nuggets laying the 6 against the Heat. Tony Brown, 76ers minus 8.5 against the Nets. James Clark, Kings Wizards under 242. Mitch, Sharks Ducks over 5.5. Chris was on the Knicks plus 3 against the Pelicans. I'm going to be on now Cleveland in this one against the White Sox. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
You know, it was something I was watching during my break. I got to admit, I love Tony Brown's 8.5, laying the 8.5 with the Sixers against the Nets. I just think there's too many guys out for the Nets tonight.
Too many guys out for the Nets. Let's go over to Ann Shorr. Ann, other than your pick, which one do you like the best? We got you on mute. You got the mute on. We'll get it.
There you go.
There we go.
We're going to keep record of that. I'm going to go down to Mitch's pick and take the over for the Sharks and the Ducks game at 5.5.
All right, I'm going to go with Chris here with the Knicks plus 3 against the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, that'll do it for another edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do this all again. We'll have a full book of 8 cappers on. I won't overbook it tomorrow. We'll have 8 guys on the show tomorrow, so be sure to tune in to the Drive-Thru. Of course, it all gets started every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. It's Mitch, it's Rod, it's Brian Bittler, the morning show. All right, let's take a look at the group for tonight. We're going to send you guys a nice send-off. Have yourself a great night. And we'll talk with you guys tomorrow live